Welcome to the Jersey City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You concerned Jersey City resident. That's why we do the show, and that's why we do the show live. And it is live on Comcast 190. Live. Halloween. Do like that Frankenstein deal. It's alive. Live on livestream.com. Download the app. You can, watch the show on your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, your smart TV. And there's a ton of other programming besides us. But all our stuff is archived on livestream.com. You can watch us on HMG TV shows. You can watch us on Facebook. You can watch us on YouTube. We're live on all that. Apple TV, Google Chromecast, we are live everywhere. That's why we do this show. Now remember, if you need help with the County of Hudson, the City of Jersey City, consumer issues, go to our website, HMG TV shows, go to contact. You can send me an email. We are very good at helping people. We're very good at consumer issues, so don't hesitate. If you got a problem, give me a call. It's Halloween today. Make sure you're going out there trick-or-treating. Have the kids have the reflective stuff on. It's going to be a nice night tonight. No bad weather out there. Check the candy and all that. Do all your due diligence. And, be careful crossing the streets. We just had a tragedy here in Jersey City. A couple weeks ago, we had the two young men who were riding on a bike, and they were hit by a car there on Terrace Avenue, just above Route 1 and 9. And over the weekend, a young man, 8-year-old, was hit down on Columbus and Grove Street. And I'll get into that further because it's the ramifications of this young child's death is going to haunt people for years and years, for lifetimes to come. And, I got an email earlier today from Safe Streets Jersey City, Safe Streets JC. They're going to hold a community gathering down on Newark Avenue on the 1st of November, I think at 6 o'clock, at the pedestrian mall down there on Newark Avenue where it meets Grove Street, to call our leaders to action against traffic violence. All that sounds good, but I don't believe there was any traffic violence here. I'm not sure where traffic violence occurred. Now, in the email, they're all also asking me for a donation because now they're an official 501c3. I think it might be a little grandstanding. Listen, there's nothing wrong with remembering this child and holding a vigil, but it's another thing when you want to call out to a community about traffic violence. Now, in this accident, nobody was summoned. It is truly a tragedy, a tragic accident, but there was no traffic violence. This is a case of people who just want to grandstand and call out the community and trying to twist the facts here. There were no summonses. It was truly a tragic accident. And I'm going to get into this when we get back. But, I hate to see people take the opportunity to fundraise and also twist the facts of what happened here. It is strictly just an accident, a tragic one. The loss of a child, ultimate tragic accident. But there was no violence. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and you're watching it live on Comcast 190, live on Livestream, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live. We're live everywhere, and we should be. Now, as I said in the opening there, Safe Streets JC, I sent them an email. I'd like to interview one of their representatives to find out exactly what they mean about traffic violence. because an accident is not violence. In the email I got, it read as if there was, it was done on purpose or something. It just a tragic accident. Parents, I guess the worst fear for a parent is losing a child. People knock on their heads and look up to God and say, please don't let it happen to me. And we've had horrible occurrences in the last couple of weeks here. 2 15-year-old, 15 and 16, I believe. One of the children were from my church, St. Paul of the Cross, and the young kid Grant here, who was a jumper from the Jumping Bees. Tragic death of an 8-year-old boy. And the ramifications of this accident is going to affect people for years. The family will never get over that day. They will never get over the phone call. They will never get over the wake. They will never get over the burial. It will be with them for the rest of their lives. Their lives will never be the same. There will always be that shadow, that haunting moment. Every time they see another 8-year-old or a young kid, that day is going to come back, the remembrance of their child. And it will go and it will affect them forever. Entire personalities will change. You're going to have to be a better person than me to deal with that. And my heart and my prayers go out to the family and the loved ones of this young child, because it is truly the ultimate tragedy, the loss of a child. The ramifications of one, the gentleman, the Union City guy, 60-year-old, this will haunt him forever. He'll always remember that, he was involved with the death of an 8-year-old. And I'm telling you, that's going to haunt you. You're going to have problems sleeping at night for the rest of your life. Even if there was no involvement and it was just an accident, as I said, it is going to haunt this person for the rest of his life. He is always going to see that young man's face, knowing he was involved. Even, again, nothing malicious, just an accident, but it will haunt him for the rest of his life. The chaperones. Now, what they were doing here on Christopher Columbus Drive in Grove, they were collecting money to go to a trip to the Apollo Theater. It's a very successful rope skipping group. They were on Jimmy Fallon, I believe, The Tonight Show very recently. And they were working the intersection, light changes, go out with the plastic container, and you're trying to get $1 or a change from the people, which is dangerous in itself. But it happens all over the city. That you'll see the kids, the little leaguers, homeless people, and intersections are dangerous places to begin with. You have to watch the lights, stay in the crosswalk, and all that. The streets were never made to do commerce there. They walk around in the middle of the street and collect money. When we were kids, we used to do the trick-or-treat for UNICEF, and it was this time of the year. And eventually they stopped that because, it's dangerous to send kids out there with a couple coins. But that's what happened. They were collecting money to go on a trip. Like I said, very successful group here. And they were planning to go to the Apollo Theater and a few other places, and they were trying to finance the expenses of the trip. And the young kid was hit by the car. Now, the chaperones who were there, they are never going to forget that day. They will never forget looking in the street and seeing this young child. It will haunt them forever. And again, it was just an accident. But the chaperones, they're never going to forget this day. It will replay in their minds over and over and over. Now, allegedly, this, again, we're only going by what's been reported, what you've read so far. It's not the official accident report. They were waiting at the light, and somebody said, go, or jump, or let's move. And a young kid stepped out in the traffic, and he was hit. Whoever yelled, if this is what happened, whoever yelled, go, jump, whatever, now it's another young kid. That's going to play on his minds forever. That is tragedy that is going to affect the lives of many, but not as much as the young kid who's going to be buried sometime this week. Now, the Hudson Media Group, whatever we can do to help, we're here to help. I already texted the mayor, anything we can do, and unfortunately we've been involved in a few things like this over the years. We're here to help. But as you read this story and as you process the information as it's reported and the pictures. As of right now, there is, no summons have been issued. It is strictly an accident, a tragic accident that is going to affect lives forever. Probably ruin a few lives. It will never be the same. Lives changed that day. And as simple as that. The loss of a child is probably the most tragic accident there can be, and this will affect them. Where do we go from here? Maybe we shouldn't be collecting money on the streets. I don't even know if you need to do that anymore. I'm thinking about it. You got these Kickstarter things, they get money for everything. To have people walking around in the streets trying to collect money, is dangerous. And they've been doing it forever, but. And actually cars are far more safer than the old days, Now you got disc brakes, you had ABS brakes, in the old days we had drum brakes. Like you drive around my Dodge, and that Dodge doesn't, it's 52 years old. She doesn't stop on a dime. These new cars, they can, but it is still dangerous. Really, I talk about bikes being in the street. It's dangerous to be in the streets with a bike, and it's more dangerous to be walking around as cars are moving and you're trying to collect. And it's incredibly dangerous to have young children doing this. I don't even think I'd want teenagers, 15, 16-year-olds doing it, let alone an 8-year-old. But, it's accepted. It goes on every day, everywhere, not just in Jersey City, in every city, at every municipality, every state, the kids do it. The candy stripers, I don't even know if we still have candy. When we were kids, you had the candy stripers out there. The Little League, the football team, Red Cross, whoever it is, they're always out there, trying to collect. And there's a lot of generosity. But here's what happens sometimes. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of knee-jerk reactions to this. Maybe we should stop going out in the middle of the street asking for donations. That's a possibility. That's probably for smarter people than me. But, the streets are dangerous. There are cars, there are trucks. That's why I got a problem with people biking in the streets. And we're talking about protected bike lanes. People on the bikes are more dangerous than those cars because they obey no traffic laws, the bikes. But it's just a dangerous place to be. And this is truly an unfortunate, tragic accident that's going to affect lives for a long time. All right, we're going to break a commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and you're watching it live. We do it live. We do it live for you, the concerned Jersey City resident. We're live. Take the time to download the live stream app. You can watch the show any medium, television, smartphone, tablet, on the run. You can do that. Don't do it as you're driving, none of that kind of thing. I'm going to go to the recording with Mayor Fulop and this Good Energy thing. When we do these shows, you never know what your time allowance is, and there's always things at the end that get cut. If you watch SNL, you see cut for time. You don't get all the information. And here's what I call the cheat sheet. There's some things, we're going to do something on cloud surgery. UK, a plastic surgeon was hacked, and somebody's blackmailing all these people in the UK who had plastic surgery. Jaywalkers and school crossing guards has been sitting in the cheat sheet for a couple of weeks now, and I'm going to wait a segment because I don't want to, buttressing the tragedy of this young man. But I'm going to tell you, we do have a problem crossing streets here in Jersey City and the pedestrians, but I'll get into that in another segment. The recording has finally been released. Not officially. Somebody gave it to the Jersey Journal, more than likely my buddy Terrence, who was just in here doing the mayoral debate with Steve Fulop and Bill Massacutis. Mr. Fulop was about a half hour late. The recording, you know, the city was fighting it over wiretapping allegations and wiretapping laws and all. And you got the, you know, you believe with the stalling from the city that there was some reflection on Steve Fulop, the mayor of Jersey City. And it's a horrible quality to this tape. It was recorded, I believe. I didn't hear the actual, you know, I'm only hearing it replayed through phone. It is an awful recording. But as far as the reflection, how it reflects on Mayor Fulop, I don't know why, if Steve, now I guess his legal department was saying, you know, we don't want to release this, because there is really no reflection on Mayor Fulop. It is a reflection on his underlings, and I want to keep in mind, most of the names associated with this story from 2013, I believe, 2013 to beginning of 2014, whatever the time frame is, are no longer, most are no longer in city employment. And if they are, they're irrelevant. You know, you got to give Mayor Fulop some credit for recognizing mistakes in hiring. And, you know, nobody knows the team better than the head coach, and nobody knows his administration better than the mayor himself. And when people would be let go for statements they might have made in the past, or, you know, something goofy like a gas line being installed, you scratch your head and say, yeah, Steve let somebody go for this, something he said, you know, 20, 25 years ago with a young kid in college, or somebody put a gas line in. There's always another shoe. And probably the other shoe with some of the people involved happened with this recording when Mayor Fulop heard what happened. You know, again, most of these people, you give them credit. You know, Fulop corrected whatever mistakes. You know, you dance with who brought you to the dance. And, you know, and I said a couple of weeks ago, then Steve danced with them. Mayor Fulop danced with them until they stepped on his toes, and Mayor Fulop got rid of them. If you listen to this tape, and I'm sure you have, or you listen, you know, you read the transcripts of it, it almost sounds like a bad movie script from like something circa 1980s for HBO, with the constant F-bombs that are dropped in this. Yeah, it is incredible how many F-bombs are dropped. There's this cowboy show, Westworld, is it, on HBO? I don't know if it's still on the air anymore. It was almost impossible to watch this show because every other word was F. That's pretty much how it is in this recording. But it gives you an idea what the Fulop inner circle was like when he went to City Hall. And again, these are the people who worked on his campaign. They were his soldiers. They were out there getting the vote out, putting up the signs, doing whatever you needed to get Mayor Fulop elected. And Mayor Fulop was loyal to his soldiers. Now, I'm going to leave the guy's name nameless, but he told me, you know, you got to protect your soldiers, the people who are with you, protect your soldiers, but you don't put political hacks in important positions. You don't put a dumbass in the BA's office or the financial administrator. You got to make sure you have smart people in those positions, but you got to find jobs for your soldiers. But like this recording and just the actions of the people involved in this, and again, most of them are gone or irrelevant, where they're putting their hand, you know, this is important to who, I'm not sure, and the language, like everything's mofo. This, you know, this is the kind of thing that mofos get fired for. Mofos go to jail for. You know, obviously there's something wrong going on here. But if you listen and read the transcripts, I'm not sure they realize what's going on, who's pushing it, because you hear like other names, political insiders. You don't hear Fulop. Nobody ever says, listen, Mayor Fulop wants this, or the mayor wants this. It just seems to be a loose group there, you know, whoever, you know, they're trying to push this company to the top of the list, and there are so many names involved in this. It's almost amateuristic. You know, if you're going to try to get something done that wouldn't survive transparency, let's say, you wouldn't have 6 or 7 people involved. Because when you get 6 or 7 people involved, nothing is going to be secret. Things will be kept, and they'll use it as a card somewhere down the line, and they'll tell a reporter. Somebody's not going to be happy, and they'll bring this up. Anytime you have this many people involved in anything, you're going to have a problem. And when you read the transcripts here or you listen to the tape, you realize how amateuristic these people were, and how some people that Mayor Fulop had in position at City Hall at that time, were just way over their heads. And they should have never been there. But give Mayor Fulop credit. He realized something was being done for whatever reason. Maybe somebody was going to profit. Certainly wasn't going to be Mayor Fulop profiting from this. Somebody was going to probably, profit, allegedly. The company that was, being pushed here said they have no involvement. They said they have no involvement to this day. So we're not sure who it is. I don't know if it's anybody who is active in City Hall, but it really sounds like a bad script, and you really question why some of these people were in positions at City Hall. But remember, these are the guys that worked on the campaigns, and you dance with who brought you, and that's what happened in the beginning. But again, give Mayor Fulop credit. Now, he reported to agencies, the authorities, what happened, and I don't know if there was enough to get anybody, but he made the changes that had to be made in his administration. And you looked at it and you looked around and said, we're going to have to get rid of this guy. We just got to find an excuse. And somewhere along the line, individuals came, they came up with the excuse for Mayor Fulop to get rid of him. So credit to Mayor Fulop. He recognized his mistakes. He corrected them. Off we go. All right, you're watching the Jersey City Show. We're going to be back. We got Denise Ridley. She's running for Ward A, council person. And we got our man, Mr. High School Sports himself, Jim Hake. We'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and next Tuesday's Election Day, so I'm going to try to get as many candidates between now and Election Day. We got Tuesday and Thursday to go. Let's bring on my buddy from Ward A, my friend Denise Ridley. There
Hi,
she
Pat.
is.
How are you?
Hey, kid. Denise, we got 8 minutes. Tell me
Okay.
why you're running for council in Ward A. Tell me the whole Denise Ridley experience.
Okay, well, my main purpose for running for city council in Ward A is because, one, I'm a lifelong resident. I've seen our ward change. I know what we need, and I know that it's time for us to make sure that we have a council person that is prepared to move us forward. There are a lot of changes that are on the way to Ward A. We see that development is coming on the west side with the University Plaza. We see that the Bayfront project is going back out to bid. And we see a few other projects that are on the books for Ward A. And we want to make sure that we are moving Ward A forward in a direction that is going to help us flourish, and at the same time, not count out our residents that are currently in Ward A. We also want to make sure that we have a council person that is very present in the community and that keeps the community informed. I feel like I'm that candidate, and that's why I decided to run, because I believe that it's time for Ward A to stand up and make sure that we are demanding the things that we want in our ward.
What are some of the big issues in Ward A?
Issues in Ward A, of course, crime is an issue throughout the city. That's important to all residents. So that's something that we definitely want to take a look at and make sure that we're working with our police department on. make sure that our police department is looking for new and innovative ways to combat the crime that's going on in Ward A. We know that our police department has increased, and that is a good thing, but we want to make sure that the tactics that they're using are productive to what's currently going on in Ward A and to be able to fight that crime. Another issue that we've been looking at during this campaign is the upcoming tax revow. We know that a lot of our residents are concerned about that. So we want to make sure that they have access to proper information and resources that can assist them through that process. Once that revow is done, should they have an issue, should they not be satisfied with their new tax bill, we're currently working with attorneys, tax attorneys, to make sure that we're aware of the rules and that we can transfer any information to our residents. So that's a big concern. We're also concerned about, as I mentioned before, development coming into the area. And we want to make sure that as much as possible, we can meet with these developers to see what ideas they are bringing into our city. We don't want to wake up and see a building next to us and not know anything about it. What's in there? Are they condos? Are they apartments? We want to have a part in what goes on in our ward.
In the development issue, are they developing there without parking?
For which project?
With the developments that are going on in Ward A, are they developing without necessary parking?
The developments that are currently going on in the plans, there are parking. I know that a hot issue in Ward A is the development at JFK and Custer Avenue, and I've met with residents from Custer Avenue to discuss their concerns. They held a rally back in the summer that members of our team attended. One second, you're freezing up on me. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay, I think I'm back. Okay, great. The development on Custer and JFK, that plan does have parking in it, and I know that residents in that area, particularly Custer and Gates, are concerned about that. So what we're trying to do now is make sure we keep an eye on that project, make sure that they are following the plans that they put in place and that are currently on the books, because parking is included. And we want to make sure that that's definitely carried out, because parking can be a big issue.
With the development, what about the 2-family, 3-family homes that are being built? I'm sure you have a lot of them in Ward A, and they have the driveway cuts and the garages. Is that a problem going on in Ward A?
You know, I haven't had too many complaints about the new developments in their driveways. It's a plus that they do have parking for the residents, but at the same time, that does take some on-street parking away from the residents who may not have a driveway. The major concern has been for these larger projects that might come into the area and making sure that they have parking.
Well, I'm a Ward D guy, and one of the problems we have is what we call the cookie cutter homes. They're 2, 3-family homes. They get the driveway, they get the garage. That parking spot is taken away from the neighborhood. It's reserved now for that homeowner. And the guy next door to that house, who doesn't have a garage, his house is 50 years old, they didn't have driveways then, he can't have a parking spot. That's the problem we have in the Heights here. You know, basically that cookie cutter house, they have a reserved parking spot. The guy next door doesn't have a reserved parking spot.
Yes, and a lot of those houses are taking parking off the street. So while they're accommodating parking for the new resident, they are taking parking away from residents who have been there for a while. So I believe that parking is beginning to be an issue throughout the entire city, and it's something that we definitely need to take the time to look at and find some new tactical ways that we can better make sure that parking is available. Because while we do want to try our best to be as green as possible, there are a lot of residents who still drive and who still need their cars to go to work and go to the supermarket and just to travel on a daily basis. So we don't want to neglect that fact and not have adequate parking for our residents.
Now, I'm all in favor of being green and environmentally correct, but we're Jersey City people, we drive. They're the reason we have cars, like you said. We want to go food shopping, we go to Home Depot, we go to work. A lot of us don't work in Jersey City. We need our cars.
Correct.
Somehow, some way, we have to address the parking. And in Ward D, it's a big issue. And I know it's becoming a very big issue in Ward A. How do you solve that? You're going to have to work with the administration, the parking authority, and come up with some sort of a game plan.
Yes, and one of the ideas that I had, and I don't know if it's possible, but something that I would definitely float to see if it is possible, is some of the abandoned lots or some abandoned property that the city may own throughout the city. It might be a good idea to change some of those into community lots. Even if you charge residents $1 a day, $30 a month, I think a lot of residents would be willing to pay that. And then we've also generated additional income for the city.
Denise, we think alike. What I'm talking about more pocket parking lots where maybe we can only take 10 cars, but you take 10 cars off the street, you're really creating 20 spots. You got the 10 in the lot, now you got 10 freed up on the street. So that's one way of doing it. There's abandoned buildings, we have vacant lots. You're on the right track there, kid. That's probably why you're going to be a council person from Ward A. Listen, we're out of time. We're out of time. Good luck. Hopefully I can get you back one more time before the election, but good luck out there, kid.
Okay, I'll definitely try. Thank you so much, Pat. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. That was Denise Ridley. She's running for election in Ward A on Steve Phillips' ticket. We're going to break for commercial. We'll be right back.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke, bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Now let's get our fix with Hudson County High School sports from the Hudson Reporter System. Jim Haig, bring Jimmy in. There he is. You're looking good, James.
There I am. I'm here.
We see you're
good. How you doing, Pat? How's things today?
I'm doing good. We see you improved your lighting there in the headquarters of the Haig Empire there. What happened this week in Hudson?
The Haig compound.
Tell me what happened last week. What happened last week over the weekend in Hudson County sports, and what's coming up?
All right. Well, I was at the Hudson County Cross Country Championships at Bayonne Park on Saturday. The St. Peter's Prep boys won the team title. The very young St. Dominic girls won the girls team title. The boys title was won as expected by Fahid Nasir of McNair Academic, who set the new course record. I think his time was 15:30, which is brilliant. That's like one of the all-time best times in the history of Hudson County. And then the girls champion was Wisamar Senatus of Hudson Catholic, who won for the second straight year. And her time was just a little over 20 minutes. So it was a great day, glorious day there. Nasir was very, very happy to be able to get the course record. That's something he wanted and was shooting for and got it. The weather conditions cooperated tremendously because it was not too hot out and it wasn't too windy. And obviously there was no rain on Saturday, so it was a great day. And he was able to get the course record and put himself in the history books. So that was a great day. From there, I went to the Hudson Catholic Ramapo football game down at Caven Point. and that was not a pretty game for Hudson Catholic. They needed that win to better their chances in the upcoming state playoffs, and they lost 35-6 in a game that they killed themselves. They had a ton of clutch penalties against them. There were about 4 or 5 turnovers, and it really was, it was 0-0 at halftime, and they ended up losing 35-6. So it was not a pretty game for the Hawks of Hudson Catholic. But there was a win for Ferris, first win of the season. They beat Marist 34-14, giving Coach Juan Garcia his first win at his alma mater. He's a Ferris grad. And Tennille Jackson had a great day for the Bulldogs. He had 149 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns in that win. St. Peter's Prep beat Lincoln 44-20 in a game that was played right prior to the Hudson Catholic Ramapo game. And St. Peter's Prep had 8 different ball carriers in the game. And Anthony Summy was the best runner of the bunch. He had 73 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Marauders, who look to be the number 2 seed in the upcoming state playoffs. And they look to be able, it looks like they're going to play Don Bosco Prep both in the regular season finale this week and then in the state playoffs as well. So they're going to play Don Bosco Prep in 2 consecutive weeks, which is a rarity, but sometimes it happens, especially in the non-publics. So Union City had a huge win over North Bergen. That helped Union City gain their divisional championship in the New Jersey Super Football Conference. Gene Alvarez had the big day in the 28-0 win over North Bergen to clinch the championship. He had 150 yards and on 15 carries and 2 touchdowns. And Darvin Baroa of Union City had a huge game defensively. He had 2 interceptions and returned 1 for a touchdown of 104 yards. He also had 1 fumble recovery, 1 sack, 3 tackles, and Jose Taveras had 3 sacks. That's a huge win for Union City. I think that's going to set them up as being the number 2 seed in the North Jersey Section 1 Group 5 bracket, and it's going to drop North Bergen down considerably, probably to around the 5th seed, which means that they're not going to get a home game. So that was a huge game, not only for a divisional championship, but it also meant a lot for the seeding in the state playoffs that begin on the weekend of November 10th and 11th. So that's where we stand right now. I think Hudson County is going to have 5 teams in the state playoffs. We have St. Peter's Prep in non-public Group 4. We have Hudson Catholic in non-public Group 2. We have Union City and North Bergen in public Group 5, and we have Hoboken in North Jersey Section 2 Group 1. So 5 Hudson County teams are headed for the state playoffs in football.
All right, Jim. Now, St. Peter's is going to play Don Bosco twice in 2 weeks?
That's correct. Very strange set of circumstances, but they're going to play in the regular season this weekend and then come back again on the weekend of November 10th, 11th, and play again in the first round of the non-public Group 4 state playoffs. Just the way that it worked out. It's a quirk in the schedule, but they're going to play each other in 2 consecutive weeks.
From a game planning standpoint, from a game planning standpoint for the coaches, who's got the benefit here? Because seeing the same team twice in 2 weeks.
Well, I would imagine that Don Bosco will have the benefit on the second time around because they'll get to see what St. Peter's Prep is all about. So they'll probably take this first game as almost like being a learning lesson, a learning tool, and then take that to try to beat the Prep the second time around. It's really tough to beat a team twice in the span of 2 weeks, but St. Peter's Prep is the better football team, and they should win both games.
Now, does St. Peter's Prep need the game?
On Friday night, on this weekend? No, they do not.
So
the league division has already been decided. Bergen Catholic is going to win that, so they really don't need the game at all. It's just a regular season game. It's going to be fine tuning for the playoffs. That's all.
So maybe they don't show all their plays.
It could very well be, or better yet, they come with all guns ablazing the week when it really matters in the state playoffs.
All right, we're out of time. We'll pick this up next week and see how it went. Thank you, James.
Okay.
You got
no
it.
problem.
That
Good
was
talking
Jim
to you.
Haig, reporter from the Hudson Reporter System. We're going to break for commercial. Remember, we put Jim up on YouTube on his own segment. We'll be right back.
Panepinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panepintoproperties.com. Panepinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
We can, bring some other Ward A candidates. I think Thursday, Michael Youn is coming in. Mira Ore from Ward B, I think, is Thursday. We're trying to get as many candidates. You've seen all the debates. And by the way, the debates are all archived on hmgtvshows.com. So go back, listen, make an informed decision on the 7th. Yeah, all the debates are up there. On the city council debates, you got them all. And now you have the mayoral debate. Now, we just had Mayor Fulop and his challenger, Bill Matsakutis, the former corp counsel under Mayor Healy for 9 years. Spirited. It would have been even more spirited had Mayor Fulop been here on time. But he had some sort of constituent issue that he had to handle, which is usually the go-to excuse for any mayor. Well, it's a constituent issue. With the exception of Brian Stack of Union City, I don't know any mayor that gets that involved in the constituent issues themselves, because, usually delegate that. If you ever go to Union City's mayor's office, you will see at any given time 20 or 30 constituents sitting outside waiting to speak to the mayor of Union City. I was just here recently, about a month or so ago, to meet with Mayor Stack. And, it's been a while since I was at Union City Hall. And you forget what it's like to go there. I'm used to going to City Hall in Jersey City or North Bergen. Brian Stack is, there's 20 or 30 people waiting to meet him with all various problems. But getting back to the Jersey City mayor, all that, very spirited. You got a good hour of Matsakutis and Mayor Fulop. And they cover a range. Terrence McDonald from the Jersey Journal is the moderator. They cover a range. They talk about the tape that's been released, I spoke about earlier, revalve, donations, Fulop running for governor, allegedly running for governor. He never admitted that, but, he was running around the state quite a bit. It was pretty spirited. That maybe not Michael Youn, Mo Kinberg spirited, but spirited nonetheless. It's doing well. We were just talking about the mayoral debate, I think on Facebook. It had something like 2,500 views. I know it's doing well on live stream and in YouTube and all this internet stuff. So the debates are going to make a change. They're going to make a difference in these campaigns here. They were well done, well received. You had good moderators, good questions, and you get to see the platforms and the mindset of these candidates before you go and vote. Now, chances are we're going to have a lot of runoffs right around Christmas time. I think the runoffs are like the 15th of December, something like that, in the middle of December. So right around the holiday season, we'll be doing runoffs. The runoff debates, whatever you want to call them, forums, we'll do them here in our time slot, the Jersey City Show time slot. We'll bring back these candidates, and each one you'll have two, and I'll I'll moderate them myself, and we will focus in more than we did in the other debates, because in some cases you had, 3 candidates, 4 candidates. It's hard to narrow in. But now that, all the chips are on the table, it's mono-on-mono, one-on-one. That's what the runoff debates are going to be called, the one-on-one. We will get to the bottom of what their platform and what their opinions are, and how are they going to do what they pledge to do. You get that in all the candidates. Well, I want to solve, crime, and we're going to do community policing. Well, how are you going to do that? There's an expense of everything that has to be done. How are you going to create parking? All these things have to be nailed down, and it's hard to nail them down in a debate when there's multiple people. But now when you only got one-on-one, you can nail them down a little bit better. So that's what we'll do. Before we get into the regular segments here, we got the Jersey City Christmas contest coming up. Now, I'm giving you all the, listen, we probably have to have the Jersey City Christmas contest completed probably December the 18th, somewhere around that number, maybe the 20th. You don't have a lot of time to put this TV special and contest together, because people don't start decorating their homes, and the whole centerpiece of the Jersey City Christmas TV special are the homes, because there's a contest involved, there's money involved. And the dedicated decorators are going to be out there the day after Thanksgiving. They're going to start decorating. Now, let me give you a couple of hints here. If you did not win last year, and you're going to go with the same theme and same decorations laid out the same way on your house this year, good chance you're not going to win. If the judges didn't like your home last year, they're not going to say, I didn't like it last year, but I love it this year. That's not going to happen. So sit and think a little bit, and right now, if you need some more decorations, Home Depot has a ton of them. That Bethlehem Christmas decorations, tons of them there. Amazon, put in Christmas decorations. You'll get overwhelmed there. Don't sit on last year. Change it up. Don't forget to decorate your windows. I can't, you see from great homes, you have just dark voids. They put nothing in the windows. Put something in the windows, because it films terrible. When you're filming a house with all the decorations, you got it strung out, you got everything going on, but you didn't decorate your windows. It films terrible. They're like just black voids on your house, and you're not going to win that way. So don't sit on your laurels, and even if you won last year, don't be sitting there thinking, I won last year, I can win again. Talk to some of the people on Beach Street. Yes, I'm talking to you Beach Street people. They didn't win last year. They all give me a hard time. But they had one in the past. Don't sit on your laurels. You think you won one year, you're not going to win the next year. You got to change it up. Unless you're John Seborowski on Columbia. He's got the best house in Jersey City. Somebody's got to take him on. Is that somebody you? I hope it is. But like I'm saying, we have to have this show in the can, out to the networks, probably on December the 18th. We got to get everybody in here to do the Christmas wishes. We got to go spot the homes, look at them first, and they're worthy before we send camera guys out. All that has to be done in a very short window of time. So don't depend on my spotters finding your homes. Send us an email or tweet us. You got all the information there, HMG TV shows, JC, Hudson Media. Make sure we have your address. For that matter, do not cover your address when you decorate. That's a big problem when you do that, because we got to identify these homes when we're writing them. Then we got to tell the camera guys, where to go. So don't depend on the spotters. Get me your address. Don't do the same decorating theme as you did last year. Change it up, especially if you didn't win. And if you did win, I wouldn't rest on those laurels. Chances are you might not win this year because the judges have seen it all. And I tell you, there's a lot of stuff. Like North Bergen had this one where it was Santa Claus in the window, projection, really good. I've seen that at Home Depot. We're going to break for commercial. We'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Like I said, you Christmas decorators, get on the ball. I'm telling you. Go to Home Depot. I was just down to Home Depot. A lot of nice stuff there. You see the Christmas stuff starting to come out. You got a lot of the Halloween stuff. Well, actually, after today, that'll all be gone. It'll all be Christmas. Get there early. Those LED lights, you got it. I tell you, since I've been doing the Christmas contest, which is, I guess, about 15 years now. Let's say Glenn Cunningham, 17 years. Yeah, probably 17 years. Because Glenn's the mayor when we first started. 16 years. Because I had that white Volkswagen. That was a 2000 white Volkswagen where we were out doing the homes. We were doing this on radio then. We didn't even have television back then. It was a radio show. Somebody knocked the mirror off my Volkswagen, and I had to get a new mirror put on. I remember that well. So we've been doing it since 2001, so that's 16 years. Yeah, for that matter, the first winners, Glenn wrote the checks out himself. And we had a little reception at Rita and Joe's, and it just grew from there. Now, it's a full-blown television special, 1 hour. You have at least 30 of Jersey City's finest homes, and you'll see them for about a minute or so. And the judging is done, and it's pretty good cash in this. And we're not talking no $25 stuff here, like $1,000. And you get a nice plaque. As we go on, we even do a pre-Christmas special to help you along. So, again, if you're one of the decorators, get serious. Go to Home Depot, Bethlehem, Amazon. Get that stuff coming because you're going to start decorating around Thanksgiving, which is next month. Actually, yeah, today's 31st, tomorrow. I'm going to hold off on my issue with pedestrian and people not knowing how to cross streets anymore. Just talking to the guys here. I drop off tapes, the Comcast cable, every weekend. And this weekend, or actually every weekend, there's people who are crossing Kennedy Boulevard against the light, standing in the middle of Kennedy Boulevard between the two lines, trying to get across the street. What is your effing hurry? And I hit you, I got a problem because these knuckleheads are standing in the middle of Kennedy Boulevard. Sexual harassment. This has been a thing. The last 2 weeks, Harvey Weinstein, that just exploded there. Kevin Spacey just went poof. Yesterday, the day before, when he came out with a situation with a 14-year-old kid back 30 years ago. There's no time limit on this stuff, by the way. If you cross the line, it's going to come back and bite you on the butt. My question here with Hollywood, it seems to be open secrets as to what's happening here. What does Hollywood know that they're not talking? Or Broadway? It seems like with the Kevin Spacey, well, yeah, we all knew something. Harvey Weinstein, everybody knew something was going on there. You can't have 40 women come out and say they were sexually assaulted or harassed by Harvey Weinstein and have that secret. So somebody knows about this, and nobody ever stood up until, it just became so blatant that they took Harvey Weinstein down and his whole agency, his movie, Amityville Horror, Amity Awakening, came out this week, and it did $742. Now, I never liked the first movie, Amityville Horror, so I wouldn't have seen The Awakening anyway. And Kevin Spacey, House of Cards is gone. Here's the guy that had a great career and just went poof. actually upset the gay community, came out as gay, and the gay community was like, whoa, wait a minute here. Yeah, you can't hide under the rainbow. You know, you own what you did. Don't connecting the gay community with what you did. But my thing is, how much of this is actually known in Hollywood on Broadway? Are there more of these assaulters out there or pedophiles? And because of their statue or their business, you know, you talk about the blue wall with the police. I don't know what color you'd call the wall with show business, but obviously a lot of people know, and they're not talking until it becomes so damn prevalent that they have to. You know, Matt Damon, George Clooney, you know, they were tight with the Harvey Weinstein guy, and they started admitting, yeah, well, you know, I heard things, you know, but, you know, I continue making movies, I guess. Yeah, and it's unfortunate they have to own up to this stuff. But yeah, if there are people out there who are abusers, you got to expose these people. And you can't wait to decode Steph MacFarlane from Family Guy, Million Ways to Die in the West, Orville. I haven't seen Orville yet. You know, it depends on who you speak to. They either love it or they hate Orville. Yeah, I'm a tracker from Star Trek. I know it's kind of a takeoff on Star Trek, and I think Patrick Stewart was there. But Steph MacFarlane keeps dropping little clues that he was aware of this. You know, years ago, I think it was the Golden Globe Awards or whatever, he was emceeing, and he made a comment about Harvey Weinstein with the best actress category, saying, listen, you women here, you won't have to act like Harvey Weinstein's attractive anymore. And then with Kevin Spacey, there was a piece in Family Guy, I understand, I think from 2004, where the character Stewie is running out of a basement or something like that in the cartoon saying, help, help, I just escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement. Well, obviously somebody knows about these things, and, you know, these guys could, you know, I assume there's other things coming out with Kevin, there are the other things coming out with Kevin Spacey, and it was like a volcano with Harvey Weinstein. So people knew about this. Somebody's got to talk. And you don't wait till it becomes after. So, well, yeah, you know, I knew this, I knew that, but, you know, we were worried about careers, I'm worried about my career, so we never said anything. If somebody's out there as an abuser like that, they have to be exposed, they have to be turned in. But on the flip side, you know, I think we might go a little too far. You know, if a guy looks at a woman now, or a woman looks at a guy and says, oh, he's harassing me, there's really a fine line there. You know, I don't know where the line is. It's pretty fine. And in our world now, where everything is on social media and political correctness and all, everything is going to come out, and it's so difficult to figure out what is right and what is wrong. How do you approach somebody? How do you touch? Adam Sandler was doing an interview, and he, for whatever reason, kept touching this woman's leg, and the Twitter world went nuts over it. And the actress who was seated next to him, she didn't seem to have any problem with it after the interview, but they were saying that she kept moving his hand. Yeah, I can appreciate somebody putting their hand on you. You wanted to move it, but I don't think she was super uncomfortable. But these are the kind of things that now you got to sit back and you got to question. You know, should I touch? Should I look? You know, what do you say? I tell you what, for a single guy now or a single gal, probably difficult navigating the dating scene and the ritual of trying to meet people. You know, in a club or a park or whatever, it's very difficult now. But if in Hollywood and Broadway, if there are serial abusers, those people have to be exposed. And you can't just turn your blind eye to that. And that's what I think happened, especially with Harvey Weinstein. You can't have this many people know, and the rest of the public didn't. So it's what they call an open secret. All right, we're out of time. I'll talk to you Thursday on the Hudson County Show. You be good, you be safe. Talk to you later. Good night.